Hi there, I'm Courtney Barker and welcome back to Inside NRC. There were some important wins on the weekend and that ladder is taking shape with Brisbane City taking the top spot after their prominent win. First up, let's see how Queensland Country went. Queensland Country were hot on their heels for the Sydney Stars, trailing by only 1 or 2 tries for most of the match. The first points on the board were scored by the Stars. Harry Jones put in this chip and chase on the left wing to roll over the line in the 10th minute. Queensland Country were looking to bite back. A couple of long passes sent to Duncan Pia'awa gave him the chance to give this sly exchange to Isaiah Peresi, who scored the first try for Country. Quick play by the Stars opened up a gap on the wing for Henry Clooney's-Ross to land this one on the corner. After a line-out and a short ball by Country at centre field, Chris Fiawi-Sotia broke the line and made good ground before offloading to captain James Tuttle, levelling the score once more. After the conversion, Country were in the lead, but they were knocked back by the Stars after this try by Tom Robertson, who slammed the line and jammed it down to get the Stars back in the lead. Not long after, the Stars strengthened their lead. This strong maul broke down, advantage to the Stars, followed by this quick tap and go by Jake Gordon. The first half ended with Queensland Country 10 points behind the Sydney Stars, but not tiring. Queensland Country were off to a shaky start in the second half, when David Hickey blew right on through this maul to score another for the Stars. Some smart play by Sam Green meant this deceiving tuck ball made room for him to cross the line in the 50th minute. After the conversion, Country were still 13 points behind, but this fumbled pass by the Stars gave Seth Fagasi this opportunity. The ball made its way to Isaiah Peresi on the wing once more. He sailed over for his second try of the match. Country were back in the game until this botched pass handed possession to Tom Robertson, who scored another for the Stars, giving them a strong lead again with less than 20 minutes to play. Only minutes later, the Stars sealed the deal when a few short balls left Country short at the line, leaving this gap for Matthew Phillip to score a try. Queensland Country weren't going down without a fight. The wingers worked in tandem to land Isaiah Peresi only inches from the line. Duncan Pia'awa came in fast and broke the line to score this one. The conversion was the last score of the match, but it just wasn't enough for Queensland Country to catch up. Final score 50-40. Heading further south to the home of Melbourne Rising, where the weather was windy, rainy and cold, but the fans didn't mind. Plenty turned out to see Brisbane City take on their home team. Rising pleased their fans, managing to score the first try of the match. Jack Debrasini followed the play up the far wing until he was given the ball to break away into the corner with this one. A sturdy maul heaved up to the line, giving Geordie Reid the chance to slam it down in the 18th minute, giving Rising a comfortable lead over Brisbane. Similar play by City in the Rising territory allowed Waiter Setu to peel off the maul to score Brisbane City their first try in the 30th minute. After half-time, the weather began to get more aggressive and so did Brisbane City. In the 44th minute, Melbourne Rising lost possession. Play was sent wide straight away, all the way out to Junior Leloifi, who made this break down the wing. Minutes later, possession was back in the hands of Brisbane City. Nick Frisby took a catch and sent the play wide again. Samu Kerevi made good ground before offloading to Caden Neville, who landed one in the far corner. The weather was start-stop, but Brisbane kept up their game. This successful line-out gave Sam Talakai the opportunity to break away at the back and pick up a gap, solidifying Brisbane City's lead. Towards the end of the second half, Melbourne drew the Brisbane defenders in to the far wing before quickly sending it out to the opposite wing to Philippe Villatatai, who scored the third try for Melbourne Rising. Brisbane City's lead wasn't enough. Scott Higginbotham pulled the ball from this solid scrum before sending it to Jake McIntyre. Samu Kerevi followed on the wing to fly over the line and score in the corner. This line-out was received by Scott Higginbotham, who pushed over a few Melbourne players before scoring this final try of the match. After the conversion, the full-time score came to 45-21 for Brisbane City. Let's check out the other results from round 2. The UC Vikings axed the New South Wales Country Eagles 37-13. The North Harbour Rays stung Perth Spirit 45-26. Brisbane City rose above Melbourne Rising at their home ground 45-21, while the Sydney Stars shone through Queensland Country 50-40. Looking to the ladder after another great round of NRC, thanks to their second straight win, Brisbane City sit in first, followed by Sydney Stars in second. The UC Vikings 3rd, North Harbour Rays, Melbourne Rising and the New South Wales Country Eagles sit 4th through to 6th. The Greater Sydney Rams and Queensland Country are 7th and 8th, while Perth Spirit are 9th. Looking at this week's fixtures, the North Harbour Rays host Melbourne Rising on Thursday. At the weekend, the UC Vikings host the Greater Sydney Rams and the Sydney Stars host Perth Spirit. The highlight of the third round of this season's NRC sees our Queensland teams going head-to-head as Country host City in Toowoomba on Sunday arvo. After the second round of the NRC, we've seen some more standout performances from both Queensland teams. Let's check out this round's contenders for the Ballymore Kid. Queensland Country may not have been able to get on top of the Stars, but Isaiah Peresi had a great run this round, scoring both in the 12th and 59th minute to keep the Country afloat. Henry Teifu often made good ground for Brisbane City. His quick play and keen technique put the team in key positions to score. Richie Arnold dominated the ruck for Queensland Country, clearing out the tackles, giving quick options for the side. And in the number 7 jersey for the City was Waiter Setu, who played a consistent, strong game, putting on some heavy hits, working hard in the rucks. Well, that's it for this episode of Inside NRC. Make sure you head out to Toowoomba this Sunday to watch our Queensland teams go head-to-head. Tickets are available online at redsrugby.com.au. It'll be a great way to celebrate Father's Day and we're looking forward to seeing you there.